If you have ever been fatigued and needed motivation to keep going, you probably heard somebody around you say this term: winners never quit. Well, that's ironic to me because when you think about it, winners always quit. Okay, always and never. We're going to get into that here in just a moment. But in this video, I'm going to give you two distinct times when winners actually quit. Yes, if you're a winner, you want to watch this because you need to know about the time that you should be quitting. And if you're a quitter, then yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Listen, ShySpeaks, 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 ShySpeaks.
All right, so question number one is, how does winning and quitting go together? That's a really, really, really great question. I would love to grapple with you. Let's go. Number one, okay, when we hear the term winners never quit, it kind of can serve as a motivation for us, but it can also serve as a little bit of a distraction because we'll begin to hold on to all these different things, afraid of actually quitting, thinking that nah, I'm not letting go anything go. And so what's happening is on your pursuit towards this goal and this purpose and this destiny that you're trying to fulfill, you have these things that we call weights that are holding you down that you probably need to let go of, i.e., some things you probably need to quit. Yes, there are some things that you probably need to quit. So let me give you two distinct reasons. Number one, here we go. Winners always quit things that do not benefit them. I know it sounds like I was going to give you something crazy, but it is crazy because if it does not benefit themselves, if you're a real winner, you're going to have to take that off. Have you ever seen somebody doing something in a sporting event and they're trying to get it done, but they're whatever they have on the jersey or some kind of extra paraphernalia is getting in the way, they will rip that thing off so quickly. Ask LeBron, he take that headband. I mean, there's always something that has to go, but I'm saying that in a joking manner, but seriously, winners always quit things that do not benefit themselves. There's this thing that happens in society right now where it's like, hey, it's legal, right? Just because something legal doesn't mean that it is permissible. That's another scripture I have to drop right there on you. All things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. At some point, when you're really winning, you're not doing things like, I'm not harming anybody. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's not against the law. It's not about it being bad. It's how beneficial is this to me, right? So if I am trying to achieve anything, athletics aside, right? If I'm trying to achieve anything, let's just say, for example, it's a fitness goal or a health goal or something like that. If this particular exercise is not benefiting me, I'm quitting it. If this particular food is not serving me towards the fitness goal and the physique goal that I'm trying to get to, I'm quitting it. Because why? I'm trying to win at what I'm trying to accomplish. I mean, I'm making it simple, but and I use the body and athletics and sports and physical because it's so wrapped up and so easy to understand in that regard. But oftentimes we don't believe that winners actually quit. They really do. They quit things that do not benefit them. Second thing, very distinctively, winners always quit things that do not serve, that does not serve their higher purpose or their higher calling. Here's what I mean. Just because something benefits you, that doesn't mean that it also serves your higher purpose. Now we move from right and wrong, good or bad. I'm gonna quit it because it's bad. Like, no, I'm quitting it because it's not beneficial. We already understand that. It may not be bad. It's just not benefiting me. It's not helping my mental, emotional, spiritual, anything. Is no benefit to it. No benefit to this food. I'm cutting it out. Right. That's one level. The second level is, all right, it is not serving my greater good. I'm going to give you an example, a macro example. Number one, a person who has an opportunity to take two jobs. Well, actually, they have one job. The first job they make $350,000 a year. They themselves are able to make that. One person making $350,000 from one job. It's amazing for them. They exchange 30 to 40 hours a week and they make the 350. Boom, super simple and sweet. Now, on the flip side, if you are truly a winner, you'll be focusing on quitting it if it does not serve your greater purpose. Like, why would I quit something like that? That's why I'm telling you. Stay with me now. Let's just say you get offered an opportunity. It could be a for-profit or non-profit opportunity that you're going to be able to fund 350 people. And your mission is to help increase financial literacy or close the wealth gap between for the people of color, right? That's your goal. Now, and if you're going to be able to do that, you can do that by being able to fund their businesses. So now this job they're offering you may not be $350,000, but if that's truly your goal, your purpose, and your mission is to increase financial literacy and close the wealth gap for people of color, then guess what you're going to do? I'm going to look at this job. I'm going to say, I got 350 people that if I take this, I can give them grants. I can write and provide grants for 350 people of $100,000. If you multiply that, that's $3.5 million that I would be able to transfer versus the 350 that I can get for myself. When you are a winner, you quit things that affect your ability to go one to many, right? So 1-to-1 is fine, and that one is you. If it does not benefit myself, I will not do it. That's why you would hear when you were growing up, man, they would say drugs are for losers and stuff like that. Why? Because people who win don't take things that don't benefit themselves. I'm not particular for sure how this Prozac or whatever this is that you're offering me, meth or whatever, how this is going to benefit my life in any kind of way. So it's a no for me because that's a winner mentality. But then we go beyond the bad things to, is it actually like serving my greater good, right? So I'll take the job that actually serves the greater good. And when I say my greater good, it's not just my greater good, because when you think about your high calling and your true mission is more than likely going to impact so many others. Now, let's rewind it. Maybe it's not impacting 350 people versus one, because that's an extreme example. I'll give you one small example of how winners quit things on a daily basis. I actually follow some online mentors, and one of them said you should be focusing on faith, fitness, finances, and family. If it doesn't affect those quadrants, then it doesn't matter. So in some kind of way, we're all in a season of focusing on one or the other. All of those always matter at all times. I get it. But maybe in certain seasons, one matters more than the other. So maybe you're in a season of family. If you're in a season of family and you're like, hey, I'm trying to really enrich my family, I'm really trying to grow what we have going on here, I'm trying to leave a legacy, I'm trying to make sure I'm transferring information and wealth and all this kind of stuff. So you have to spend time with your family. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to quit working late. I'm going to quit working late, right? If I work late, that gives me 1 or 2 hours of work that pales in comparison to the higher purpose and the higher mission that I'm on at the time, which is my family. I can spend 1 hour to 2 hours talking, eating with, planning, playing, any of that with my actual family, because that's what I'm focused on. So I will forego this so that I can do that. And I'm not just saying forego it once. You will literally quit it altogether. Man, I think about it myself. I look at me as an artist, and every single day I have the opportunity to decide if I'm going to check emails for 1 hour or if I am going to write songs, music, and poetry, scripts, and all that kind of stuff for 1 hour. For me, either way it goes, it's going to benefit me, right? But here's what I've done. I've quit checking emails for 1 hour so that I can write for 1 hour. Why? Because I have the ability, a creative ability, to communicate to people via art, and it inspires them towards positivity, so towards something spiritual. It enriches their faith. It edifies them in some kind of way. So guess what? I'm making more impact when I'm doing that. And I've hired somebody else to check the email because it still needs to be done. I just can't just quit doing it. But anyway, it will inform you on what to do when you realize that, listen, truly indeed, winners do quit some things. They just do. And it's not true that winners never quit. They quit the things that impede their progress. Hopefully by now you understand that, and you've had a little bit of a paradigm shift, and you've released this notion that I'm just holding on to everything that I want. It needs, if I'm doing it. No. Release it, let it go, quit it if it's going to stop you from winning. Listen, if you enjoyed this, I have more where this come from. I love talking about positive things and themes. So do me a favor, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Listen, ShySpeaks.